A family sits around their dining table, not for a meal, but for a financial intervention. The tension in the air is palpable. Bills are stacked high, calculators and notebooks scattered like artifacts of a battlefield. They're not wealthy, not struggling either, just an average family, caught in the relentless tide of expenses that seem to rise faster than their income. And then, amidst the chaos, a child innocently asks, "Why don't we have more money to do fun things?" The question pierces through the room like a blade, and in that moment, everything changes. What if I told you that the solution to financial freedom doesn't lie in earning more but in managing what you already have? It sounds deceptively simple, yet it's the cornerstone of every success story about family finances. And today, we're diving into 10 family budget hacks so unique, so out of the box, that they could change your life forever. These aren't the generic tips you've heard 1,000 times. No skip the coffee cliches here. These are practical, actionable strategies that can turn your family into a well-oiled, money-saving machine. Let's start with an idea that might sound unconventional: creating a family challenge jar. Imagine this. Each family member writes a money-saving challenge on a slip of paper and drops it into a jar. One week, it could be find a free weekend activity. Another, cook dinner with only what's in the pantry. At the end of the week, you draw a new challenge and everyone participates. It's not just budgeting. It's gamifying your financial habits. Families who've tried this report not just saving hundreds of dollars, but also bonding in ways they never imagined. It turns saving into a shared adventure, not a chore. Now, let's crank up the creativity with an approach that might raise some eyebrows: embracing the barter system. Yes, the age-old practice of trading goods and services, but with a modern twist. Imagine swapping your homemade lasagna with a neighbor's babysitting services, or trading your graphic design skills for piano lessons for your child. Entire online communities are dedicated to bartering, and the savings can be extraordinary. One family reportedly saved over $1,000 in childcare costs in a single year by swapping services with friends. Here's another hack that feels like magic when it works: conducting a no-spend month. It's as intense as it sounds, but also incredibly liberating. For 1 month, you commit to spending only on essentials: food, utilities, and transportation. No dining out, no new clothes, no unnecessary gadgets. It forces you to confront your spending habits head-on and teaches invaluable lessons about needs versus wants. Families who've tried it often discover they save far more than they expected and feel a profound sense of control over their finances. Speaking of control, let's talk about subscriptions. Chances are, your family is paying for services you've forgotten you even signed up for: streaming platforms, gym memberships, app subscriptions. Here's the trick: the subscription audit. Gather everyone together, list every subscription you're paying for, and decide as a family which ones truly bring value. One family I spoke to saved over $500 annually by canceling subscriptions they hadn't used in months. And the best part? Took them less than an hour. But not all hacks are about cutting back. Some are about leveraging what you already have, like monetizing family hobbies. Think about it. Is someone in your family a great baker, a talented artist, or a tech whiz? What if that hobby could bring in a little extra cash? One family turned their love for gardening into a weekend business selling plants at a local market. They didn't just make money, they inspired their kids to see hobbies as opportunities, not just pastimes. Let's shift gears to a strategy that's all about the psychology of money: the envelope system, reinvented. Instead of the traditional cash and envelopes method, use digital banking tools to create separate accounts or buckets for each spending category. Label them creatively: family fun, vacation dreams, emergency shield. This simple act of compartmentalizing your money can make budgeting feel tangible and even exciting. Families who adopt this approach often say it's like turning their finances into a game, with clear goals and rewards. Now, this next hack is about mindset as much as it is about money. It's called the gratitude swap. Every time you're tempted to spend impulsively, pause and replace the purchase with a moment of gratitude. Instead of buying a new gadget, reflect on the ones you already own. Instead of splurging on a fancy dinner, appreciate the simple joy of a home-cooked meal. It might sound abstract, but studies show that cultivating gratitude can significantly reduce impulsive spending and increase overall happiness. Of course, no family budget strategy is complete without tackling one of the biggest expenses: food. Here's where theme nights come into play. Pick a theme for each night of the week: Pasta Monday, Taco Tuesday, Soup Sunday, and stick to it. Not only does this simplify meal planning, but it also makes grocery shopping more predictable and efficient. One family cut their food bill by 30% just by adopting this method, and their kids now look forward to their favorite themed nights. But what about those unexpected expenses that always seem to derail your budget? Enter the sinking fund. This isn't your typical emergency fund. It's a dedicated savings account for predictable but irregular expenses, like holiday gifts, back-to-school supplies, or car maintenance. By contributing a small amount each month, you can eliminate the stress of these expenses when they arise. One mother shared how her family used sinking funds to save for a dream vacation without touching their regular budget, proving that planning ahead pays off, literally. Finally, let's talk about a strategy that's as heartwarming as it is effective: the Family Gratitude Journal. At the end of each week, gather as a family to write down what you're thankful for, focusing on non-material blessings. It's a powerful reminder that the best things in life aren't things. And as a bonus, it naturally shifts your focus away from spending on unnecessary items to seeking joy in experiences and relationships. These hacks aren't just about saving money. They're about transforming your family's relationship with money. They're about turning financial stress into financial empowerment, about replacing the fear of scarcity with the joy of abundance. Because at the end of the day, budgeting isn't just a numbers game, it's a lifestyle, a mindset, and a path to freedom. And now it's your turn. Which of these strategies will you try first? Or perhaps you have a family budget hack of your own, one that's worked wonders for you? Share it in the comments below. After all, the journey to financial freedom is one best traveled together. Imagine the possibilities if your family applied just a few of these strategies consistently. What could you achieve? A debt-free life? A long-awaited vacation? The security of knowing you're prepared for life's uncertainties? These hacks may seem small at first glance, but their impact compounds over time, just like a smart investment. Let me share a story about a family that transformed their finances in just 1 year using a similar approach. The Harris family, a middle-income household of 4, was struggling to make ends meet despite both parents working full-time jobs. Their wake-up call came when they realized they had no savings to cover an unexpected $1,200 car repair. Instead of borrowing money or relying on credit cards, they decided it was time to change their approach to money. The Harris family started with the no-spend month challenge. They ate every meal at home, resisted the temptation to shop online, and canceled unnecessary outings. To their surprise, they saved nearly $800 in just 4 weeks. Energized by this success, they moved on to the subscription audit, cutting out unused streaming services and gym memberships, saving an additional $60 a month. These small changes quickly snowballed. Next, they embraced the family challenge jar to keep the momentum going. 1 week, their challenge was to sell something you don't use. They gathered old toys, clothes, and electronics, listing them online and earning $400 in just 1 weekend. Another week, the challenge was to create an entire week's menu using only what was already in their pantry. This not only saved them money on groceries, but also sparked a newfound creativity in the kitchen. Perhaps the most transformative hack for the Harris family was the sinking fund. They set up separate savings accounts for predictable expenses, such as school supplies and holiday gifts. Instead of scrambling to find money during peak spending seasons, they felt prepared and stress-free, knowing those funds were already allocated. At the end of the year, they realized they had saved over $6,000, money that would have otherwise been spent mindlessly. But let's take this one step further. What if you could take these hacks and teach your children lessons that would last a lifetime? Consider turning budgeting into a game for them, like creating a kid budget challenge. Give your kids a small monthly allowance, but instead of letting them spend it freely, encourage them to divide it into categories: savings, spending, and giving. It's a simple exercise, but it plants the seeds of financial literacy early on. One family reported that their 10-year-old saved enough to buy her own bike by sticking to her budget. The pride and independence she felt? Priceless. Another innovative idea involves leveraging family teamwork for bulk shopping. Instead of running to the store whenever supplies run low, plan a monthly or bi-weekly shopping trip where the entire family is involved. Create a detailed shopping list based on meals and essentials, and use apps to find the best deals. When kids are part of the process, comparing prices, reading labels, they learn the value of money in real time. Plus, bulk purchases for pantry staples and household goods can reduce per-unit costs dramatically. Now, let's dive into a strategy that combines technology with human psychology. Automated savings goals. Most banks and financial apps allow you to set up automatic transfers to a savings account. Here's the twist. Set up separate accounts for each of your family's goals and name them. For example, Disney Trip 2025 or College Fund for Sarah. When the goal feels real and visible, it's easier to stick to the plan. Families who've done this report feeling a sense of excitement and purpose every time they see their balances grow. For those families who feel they're already stretched thin, here's a mindset shift. Embrace the concept of value-based spending. Instead of thinking about cutting expenses, focus on aligning your spending with what truly matters to your family. For example, if family dinners bring everyone closer, invest in good cookware or ingredients for special meals, and skip the new tech gadget that will end up collecting dust. By prioritizing meaningful experiences over fleeting pleasures, you can create a more fulfilling life while staying within your means. Here's a little-known trick that can make a big difference over time. Roundup savings apps. These tools automatically round up your purchases to the nearest dollar and deposit the difference into a savings account. Imagine buying groceries for $47.30, and the app rounds it up to $48, moving 70 cents into savings. It might sound insignificant, but those small amounts add up quickly. Some families report saving hundreds of dollars a year without even noticing the difference in their daily lives. And don't forget about the power of community-driven solutions. Many neighborhoods and communities have buy nothing groups, where members can exchange goods or services for free. Need a new winter coat for your child? Someone else might have one to give. Have an extra set of dishes you never use? Another family might be thrilled to take them off your hands. These groups are about more than saving money. They're about fostering a sense of connection and mutual support, which can be just as valuable. But perhaps the most overlooked hack of all is simply talking about money as a family. Too often, financial discussions are shrouded in secrecy or stress, but bringing your family into the conversation can be empowering. Hold a monthly money meeting where everyone shares their thoughts and ideas. Discuss goals, challenges, and successes openly. When everyone feels involved and invested, budgeting becomes a shared mission rather than a solitary burden. Now, imagine looking back a year from now and realizing how far you've come. Your family's finances are stronger, your stress levels lower, and your relationships deeper because you work together to tackle one of life's most daunting challenges. You didn't just survive, you thrived. And all it took was a willingness to think differently, to embrace creativity, and to commit to change. The truth is, budgeting isn't just about cutting costs or pinching pennies. It's about taking control of your life, aligning your money with your values, and creating a future that excites you. It's about proving to yourself and your family that you can achieve incredible things when you work together. And maybe, just maybe, it's about turning that dreaded question, "Why don't we have more money?" into a triumphant statement, "Look how far we've come. Now it's time to take action." Don't just let these ideas sit in your mind. Choose one hack and try it out today. Whether it's starting a family challenge jar, auditing your subscriptions, or planning your first no-spend week, the smallest step can lead to the biggest transformation. Share this video with someone who could use a little financial inspiration and start building a support system for your journey. And don't stop here. Subscribe to our channel for more life-changing tips that will empower your family to save smarter, live better, and dream bigger. Remember, every dollar saved is a step closer to the life you deserve. So take that first step now because your financial freedom starts today. Let's do this together.